Welcome to Only Stupid Answers. My name is DJ Wooldridge.
I'm Roxy Stray.
And we're here to talk about Titans. We're talking about episode 10 of season 2, Fallen. After his intentional attack on 2 police officers results in his arrest, Dick finally finds peace in a Nevada prison. But the hero he's left behind has not been buried forever. Meanwhile, Rachel befriends a runaway girl and takes her under her wing, only to find that her own powers might not fully be under her control. Back at Titan's Tower, Gar is reunited with Conner and Krypto, but when Mercy Graves sets her sights on retrieving Subject 13 for Cadmus, Gar finds himself caught in the crossfire.
Here's the thing.
Yes.
This is the first time I'm doing one of these with you this season.
Yes.
Which is wild because last season, I was not loving Titans as much as you were.
Yeah.
This season, I'm all about Titans.
So catch us up on how your feelings have evolved.
Just in general, my least favorite part of the show was Raven's character, and they definitely have lessened Raven's character on the show. Mm-hmm. And in this episode, we'll get to talk about why I actually am enjoying what they're doing with her character. Yeah. But I also really love Superboy. I think he's a great addition.
His
to the
episode
show.
Was really good.
And his character's really good.
Really interesting.
And I just think that they've found their flow. Now that we are a team and it's not about creating the team together, I'm into this.
And I really like the dynamic of dealing with the older team and dealing with the newer team and the dynamic there. And I do feel like some of the what constitutes the newer team, which was our main cast last season, Starfire, Beast Boy, Raven, they've been kind of like mitigated a little bit to deal with all the past drama. But in this, especially the character I think I was missing most was Beast Boy, because he was kind of like in the background, but the last 2 episodes we've gotten to spend more time with him.
I could use a little more Starfire.
Yes. Yeah, especially since I really like the position she's older than a lot of the kids, but she's not a part of the old team. So she's this interesting kind of like outsider that also gets to be a confidant for Dick that he doesn't use enough. Like she's like the perfect sounding board for him.
Also super hot.
Yes.
And that
100%.
doesn't hurt. And anytime she's on screen with anybody, I'm like, do I ship this?
Yeah, maybe.
Like literally anybody.
The weirdest one was when she saved Superboy, and you're like, maybe, but he's got the brain of a 10-year-old, but maybe.
That is true. It is interesting how he knows a lot of words, and then he doesn't know a lot of words or circumstances, and all of a sudden he uses that in such strange ways. But yeah, I ship her with everybody.
So in this episode, we get 3 main stories. I think the shortest one is dealing with Raven. She's run off. And I will say these past 2 episodes, I'm a little dubious on the timeline, because when we're with Beast Boy, it seems like it's been like a month, but
a month since what?
Since the team split up.
Okay.
But also, when Donna and Raven left, like this could literally be an hour later.
I agree with that too.
Because she's still looking for Raven.
Or it could not be an hour later, because she could have been at this for a minute now, where she's a wandering child.
And she goes to a homeless shelter where she runs into another girl and becomes friends with her. Yeah,
so I typically don't love this character for the same reason that I don't like a lot of the children on our favorite TV shows.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, wah, wah, wah.
Yeah.
Woe is me. Very teenage angsty. She's got
and that actress is she is 15 years old.
Yeah, and it is teenage angst, and she is teenage angsty, and it's a teenage actress playing a teenage part.
Yeah.
And it's very realistic to probably how you would feel if you had the family she had and the powers that she had. But it's annoying to watch sometimes.
Yes, agreed.
But I really liked how we expanded on that this episode, because I think she's having a hard time figuring out what makes you in the same way that Superboy is. Mm-hmm. What makes you a bad guy who does good things, or what makes you a good guy who does bad things? What are bad things even?
Yeah.
And I think that she takes it a step too far a lot of the time, but she's trying to help her new friend.
Yeah.
She's makes friends very quickly, apparently. She's going to go to this level, but she can't control herself
to the point where I almost shipped those two. I'm like, wait, is this
I know.
Which I supported that more, because we've gotten some flirtation between her and Beast Boy, but again, that actress is a teenager, and the actor who plays Beast Boy is an adult.
Exactly. And also, I'm not feeling that.
Yeah.
I'm just not into that.
Agreed.
I felt like there was some Beast Boy Starfire things going on for a minute too, but anyway.
But again, you want to ship everybody with her. So.
Exactly.
What's interesting is, so she uses her abilities to help this girl, and she makes the decision to hold back and not hurt this dude.
Based off of what her friend's face, I think, was doing, she looks over and it looks like the friend didn't want her to kill the dad or whatever.
That was
her dad, right? Or was her
pimp
brother?
Or brother,
pimp, yeah.
Or some abusive boyfriend, maybe.
He didn't look old enough, but then also he's like, come home, and it's like, home to
Yeah.
uncle, home to cousin?
What if she's a drug addict and she ran away and he's just trying to get her home?
Well, I was kind of thinking about that. Like, do we trust this person at all? Maybe she's the villain of the story, and I don't know. And Raven doesn't know. She has no idea. She has no idea how to judge a person yet. She clearly doesn't have a good picker.
Yeah.
So that was kind of wild. But then also Gargoyle Queen.
Yeah. So my interpretation of what happened is she holds her powers back. But her powers or her subconscious or because Trigon theoretically is in there because if in the first episode it looked like she absorbed him.
Venom.
That decides, forget this and goes after him anyway and mauls him to death. Mauls like he's missing limbs.
Yeah. They put a lot of money into that shot.
Yes, they did.
And I was appreciative of that.
And that's talking about the difference between season 1 and season 2. It feels like a switch flip and they're like, oh, maybe we should actually put money in this like it's an actual show and have like extras and other sets.
Sometimes, but also like let's have Beast Boy learn another skill so we don't have to make him a tiger all the time because of money.
Yeah. Well, and so I think that's a good transition into the other story, which is Beast Boy really bungled hard. Not so much he makes it sound like, oh, I shouldn't have taken Superboy out. No, he bungled by leaving Superboy, bailing on him. And now Superboy's back on Cadmus's radar. And I did like Mercy Graves has the worst family ever.
I like that too. Why doesn't Beast Boy know where Robin is?
Why doesn't anybody know that he's in, because you'd think the ward of a billionaire who was a police detective who got arrested randomly for assaulting cops would be on the news.
On the news, word of mouth.
Yeah.
He's been gone with one phone call.
Or do they do, and when you arrest somebody, do you call the loved ones? Would these people even be his loved ones?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't know, but I thought that was wild. He keeps calling. He's like, please call me
and
back.
Donna.
I'm sorry.
Donna calls
Donna too.
Yeah.
I could use a little more Donna in this episode.
Agreed.
I love her.
Yeah, she's really good.
But I think that it's cool watching Beast Boy have a friend. I was going to say his own age, but I don't know how old Superboy is.
Yeah.
Really.
Clone is
whatever,
and how Beast Boy's supposed to be.
But the two of them as a dynamic duo is fascinating.
Agreed.
He has a lot to. Beast Boy actually has a lot to teach Superboy at this point, which he doesn't have a lot to teach some of the other characters.
It is weird that when they talk about Beast Boy, he's like, yeah, I could turn into a tiger. It's like, well, but we saw in the premiere you could turn into a snake too.
Yeah.
I'm hoping this stuff with Cadmus unlocks his potential, like his ability to do other things. Because I was kind of hoping when Cadmus showed up, I was like, is this the moment? Is this where he turns into a tiger and then turns into something else and then turns into something else and like takes them all out?
All of a sudden, I was like, I want him to be a whale.
That'd be really cool. Or like an elephant, or like
so big.
In the cartoon, he becomes a T-Rex sometimes.
That'd be dope. But we already had animal vegetable mineral man on Doom Patrol. So I don't know. We've got our fair share of dinosaur stuff going on.
But I did let you mention the other skill. He's been training for most of the first half of the season, so it's nice to see. And that actor, he posted a video kind of like petitioning for the role of Robin in the DC movies. And it's like, yeah, you'd be a really good Robin. You'd be really good. And I feel bummed that you're kind of wasted as Beast Boy.
Yeah, I do feel that also.
Yeah.
I liked this scene where they have to work together. They got to kick some butt. It was cool to watch them try, at least. You know, They gave it their best.
Yeah.
Because why not?
Yeah, I like all these additions, and I think this is a good way. Normally, I think having so many characters could be a detriment, but with this show, it allows them an opportunity to not have to linger so long, so that any cracks in the setup don't have time to show because we're off to the next thing. We just keep moving from thing to thing. You know what I mean?
Agreed. I mean, speaking of which, the biggest thing that's happening with everything going on in jail, to me, is the strongest storyline that they've done in a minute with him. I love this story.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of similar to Raven, actually, in terms of how do you be who you are and be a good person and pick who the people are that you should help.
Yeah.
Because you have the ability to help everyone if you would like, or hurt everyone if you would like.
Yeah.
How do you pick who you help, when you help, what you do, if it's inside you to do good?
Yeah.
And I thought that this was really interesting. I kind of thought that because of all of the Azul, what was the name of the bird on the wall?
Oh, it's it's just the blue.
But was it called El Azul?
Yeah.
I thought that maybe we would see some kind of Batman or like a flying bird kind
Yeah.
of situation, because we said it so many times.
They're
We've got a robin bird, we've got a bat, but like still good enough.
They're definitely dropping the seeds for like this being what makes him go with Nightwing. So it's like, cool, I guess. I don't know. Like, I mean, that's fine. But I liked that they kind of like, when he gets in jail, of course, there's the guard that's like causing trouble. And then he'd introduce him.
Was he? I was confused by that, DJ. He was like, here, you're a cop. We want to help you. I got you your own cell.
Yeah.
You should go in here and not go to Gen Pop and just kind of look out for me.
Yeah.
Look out at what's happening.
And then Dick's like, no, I don't want to.
Yeah, but it wasn't like he was like, can you smuggle drugs for me or something?
Yeah.
I mean, that seemed like a totally reasonable request from one guard to a cop.
Yeah, you're right. It really did.
It was not wild. And
Yeah.
Dick was like, like, that's an egregious ask.
Yeah.
I was like, is it?
You were asking way too much of me.
So kind of just take the nice cell and
But because he's doing it because he wants to be punished, I guess. So he wants to be picked on or something. I don't know. But what I liked is when they introduced the cellmates, I'm like, here we go. All the people of color are prisoners. You know what I mean? Like, and they swear they don't go into that. It's like, it's the, they're just trying to like escape, and they're from, and I'm completely blanking now, but it's the same island, fictional island that Bane is from.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't catch that.
Is where they're from. And
but it was cool that they ended up being kind of the good guys.
Yes.
I mean, I guess not really, because
they're there, but like they're not trying to, like, they decide not to kill Dick.
Yeah. Dick,
Yeah.
you know what you should do? You should murder me.
Yeah.
Like, sick, bro.
Good job. Sure.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why don't we just kill off our main character?
Yeah.
Good call.
And so it leads to some cool scenes with Dick, specifically when he does help them with the breakout. He gets to do some kick-ass action.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
But what's his plan?
I
Because
think
why doesn't he go escape with them?
because he doesn't want to.
I know, but
he wants to be punished.
Yeah, but what?
Yeah.
And also, what's our plan? Remember when Oliver was in prison?
Yes.
Flashing over to Arrow.
Check out Super TV Showdown on patreon.com/onlystupidanswers.
Hell yeah. But when we were there, we knew we had to get out of prison because we can't
Yes.
just have one of our main characters in prison the whole time.
Yes.
So I was like, oh, okay, so he's going to break out now because this is...
I thought the same thing.
But he didn't.
No.
And now I'm like, how long are we going to stay here, bro?
I think there's, so this is episode 10 out of what I assume is 13. So I'm thinking one more episode of, because we've seen where all the characters have been in their like sabbaticals, except for Jason, Todd, and Rose. Mm-hmm. So I think we'll see in that. I think we'll do one more episode with Dick in prison, and then we'll have to get back to saving the day, like dealing with Deathstroke, dealing with all that other stuff.
Ooh, Deathstroke.
Yeah.
This episode, I completely forgot about Deathstroke.
Yeah. But he's doing a really good job.
I agree with that.
Sam and my reigning theory is that Jericho's in there somewhere. Jericho's in Deathstroke because he has that body thing, and Deathstroke had that freak out.
You think Jericho's in Deathstroke?
Yeah.
Wow, I thought you meant in prison.
No, I think he's piggybacking inside Deathstroke, which I think is why the mom allows him back in the house.
Yeah.
And also why
That would explain that.
Why he had that little freak out with Dick is that Jericho was trying to get out and say something, and he stomped it.
But how does that physically work?
I don't know, but we saw that Jericho has the ability to possess other people.
Right.
So I'm assuming at the moment of his death, he went into his dad.
But then is dormant a lot of the time? Because you don't think he's always...
I don't think so, although in the comics, Jericho is a lot of times an antagonist as well. So maybe he's initiating some of this. It'd be interesting.
Pissed.
I mean, he has every right to be.
Totally. He got played.
So I'm thinking, as far as Dick getting out of prison, I think because of the big role Bruce Wayne has played this season, Bruce Wayne's got to visit him in prison.
1,000%.
Yeah. And
I think that we've got one more episode, though, in there. Then we got to get out.
Yeah.
Maybe Bruce gets him out.
Because Bruce
talks sense to him, like, yo, I get that you're trying to punish yourself, but you've got things to do.
Yeah.
You've got places to go, people to see.
Okay.
We're taking you out.
What about this? What about, so whatever's going on with Superboy and Cadmus gets worse. And so like, okay, we need to get to Cadmus. But Cadmus is Lex Luthor's lab. It's a big deal. So Dick Grayson comes out of prison, but it's like, that's not enough. So they go to Deathstroke. They bury the hatchet, and all of them join together to raid Cadmus and save Superboy and Beast Boy.
Maybe.
The boys.
We gotta go save
the boys.
Boys, a whole different show. I think that probably more likely they'll find a very simple, like Bruce Wayne has a ton of money, so he just comes and gets him out, and then we got to take down Deathstroke. Because
I'm for it. I'm for it.
Beast Boy and Superboy get out somehow themselves because like powers.
Yes, true. Hopefully Beast Boy gets out of it with more powers. Maybe because they mention Niles Calder from Doom Patrol. Like maybe Cyborg could show up and help. Maybe
I will die and go to heaven. The missed opportunity if he doesn't.
Yeah, I've been suggesting in our reviews that like since Beast Boy's kind of been back pocketed for most of this season, it's like just have him go back to Doom Patrol. Have them go hang out over there. You know what I mean? Because it's like they could use another weirdo over there, you know?
They'll take all the weirdos they can get.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
So what would you rate this episode?
Probably an 8.5. Really solid.
Yeah.
Really solid episode. This whole season has been around an 8.5 for me.
I agree. It's been significantly, at least more consistent than season 1. And I think overall, just way more engaging, better handle of its characters. I would also give this episode an 8.5. If you want to see more reviews, they're on this channel, youtube.com/onlystupid-answers. Roxy joins Sam and I every week as we discuss all the Arrowverse shows on the CW and Watchmen as well. And you can check that out at patreon.com/onlystupid-answers. Roxy, where else can they find you?
Everywhere at Roxy Stryer.
And I'm at DJ Talks Trash, and you can follow Only Stupid Answers at Only Stupid Answers.
You ain't got the vowels from stupid.
And we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.